Well, this anime follows the life of a traditional Japanese corporate slave. The guy had no romantic life and worked for hours on end. The pinnacle of his happiness was going out with his coworkers, visiting the girls on the job, and having a few drinks to spend some of the money he earned. As he walked home after having his soul sucked out by a beautiful girl, he was thinking about the kind of life he was living. Then he didn't notice the ice sky truck and ended up being dragged alive for 30 meters until he lost his life due to blood loss. After that tragic day, he was reincarnated in a fantasy world full of magical beings, heroes, and even demon kings. The first memory he has of this world is of being the sole survivor of a demon attack. He is found by a wizard called Merlin, who adopts him. He is given the name Shin, and lives as Merlin's grandson, as the old man's only pupil, living in an area completely cut off from the world. Thanks to his knowledge and mindset of living in the modern world, he becomes exceptional at everything he does, be it magic or fencing. One day, Shin, who is only 8 years old, goes into the forest to hunt for his dinner. He hides in a bush, and with the help of his wind magic, he hunts down some unsuspecting chickens. He also catches a wild boar, and after being satisfied with the day's hunt, he goes home and shows them to Merlin, who is impressed that the boy has managed to kill a boar. He then decides to test Shin's magical ability and tells him to use basic flame magic. Shin does this by imagining the stove lighting up, and this causes him to create blue flames, which surprises his old man. And if there's one thing that makes Shin happy, it's that in this world, he doesn't have to recite spells, because he'd rather die than be a wizard who recites spells. Merlin from Boeing, his magic teacher, and Michael Cullen, who is actually his sword instructor, arrive at the cottage, and the old shit immediately scolds Shin for hunting a wild boar, which is basically a pest that reproduces like my hamsters. She says that hunting a boar is very dangerous for someone his age, but he explains that it's not that dangerous, considering that he used the magical equipment they made together, and also received good training, both physical and magical. Little boy humiliating the old woman in the arguments. 2 years after all this shit, Merlin takes Shin to hunt some demons, because he believes the boy should fight some strong enemies. He explains that demons are born when normal animals can't control the magical energy that flows through them, which leads to a furious development, and this can also happen to humans. Although it's very rare, a long time ago, a human turned into a demon and almost destroyed a nation, but fortunately this demon was defeated, and the one who defeated him ended up receiving the title of the nation's hero. He teaches Shin a magical search spell, which involves spreading the body's mana in a very thin layer over the entire surrounding area, and when his mana comes into contact with another magical signature, the mana reacts and identifies its location. Merlin says that it takes a long time to master this disgrace, but Shin hacks reality and manages to use this magic first time. What's more, Shin surpasses Merlin himself, managing to find creatures that are very far away. Suddenly, Shin senses a sinister energy coming from a place, as if a creature were filled with darkness. They rush to the spot and find a demon exuding the power of Hoth. The boy quickly draws his sword, and without